Misunderstanding poverty, the big picture. Poverty is usually treated as a problem of resources and opportunity. If more stuff, education, or jobs were provided, poverty would be cured. This perspective is wrong. People cross the border with less resources and opportunity than any citizen, and they escape poverty. They do this while intergenerational poverty continues in our country. Something is holding people back, even though they have more resources and opportunity than new immigrants. While starting a Simple House, I read about a Filipino priest working in Mongolia. He ran a boarding school for homeless children. He entered the sewer of the capital city and he looked for children and families taking shelter from the cold. While reading this, I was moved by the profound poverty and I wanted to visit to see the mission. Then I read a line that is hard to believe. The priest said that he had to find the children within the first few months of living in the sewer. If they had been there longer, they would prefer the freedom of the sewer to his school. He was dealing with something more complex than material poverty, and his mission work didn't seem fundamentally different from ours. Since then, this strange observation has been confirmed over and over again. We ran a mission in Nicaragua until political turmoil made the country unsafe for Americans. The problems of poverty in Nicaragua are similar to the problems in America. They don't have running water, but they have big screen TVs. They would offer to sell their land to the mission in exchange for an hourly job. It's difficult to help people who are turning away their opportunities. The level of resources and opportunity in Nicaragua is different, but the essence of the problem is the same. True poverty is worse than everyone pretends. The cliches of giving fish versus teaching to fish and rescuing a drowning man versus preventing him from falling in do not address the true essence of poverty. Even if the stores were free and everyone was hired for their favorite job, there would still be poverty. That is the fearsome reality. I am not sure if any of these examples and arguments would have convinced me of this truth. Trying to help people over the last 20 years is what convinced me. Real poverty is linked to despair. It is a lack of hope, purpose, and meaning. When these things are gone, a person begins a slow suicide through self-defeating behavior. Christianity has never been about curing poverty through stuff. Christianity is for people in bad situations, and it gives them the opportunity to live a rich, meaningful life, even with imperfect circumstances. This does not excuse our duty to give alms and work for justice. Rather, it puts it in perspective. Everyone needs to live fully now. Waiting for a future utopia is not good enough. Working towards a solution. The solution for a despairing person is not empathy and commiseration. Empathy and commiseration have a small role, but they must transition quickly to something else. They don't need a companion trying to fathom despair. The person needs to be redirected. People need help with baby steps towards hope, purpose, and meaning. This always requires labor. Work was one of the gifts given to us after the fall. Without it, it's impossible to pray and have meaning in our life. Trying to save someone from unpleasant work is a common pitfall of charitable workers and missionaries. We cannot merely give to the poor. We must enable them to help themselves. We can increase the reward of their work, and we can work alongside them. But we cannot do it for them. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Joseph. The Christian religion makes claims unlike every other religion. It claims God is personable, and he has a particular love for you. God is always with you, and he can coexist within you as the Holy Spirit. God gives freedom while paradoxically creating rules, work, and responsibilities. These claims have deep implications. One of them is that no person who is with God is poor, and everyone senses this. When you meet a poor person who has hope, joy, and purpose, you don't feel bad for them. You don't envy them either. You feel fortunate to be in their presence. They are a friend of the King, and all of their needs will be and are filled. The God solution is the nuclear solution to poverty. How do we implement the God solution? We can't. All we can do is embrace God's role in our own lives and make him more available to others. Essentially, we just have to make more room for our friend, God, in all of our relationships.